Okay, good evening and welcome to Mishna Yomi. It's an evening version, right before Marav. Mincha and Marav over here. On a shul to do between Mincha and Marav. So it's kind of that custom. We're doing it over here. A little behind, Maseches Terumos. Today we'll be doing Perek Gimel, Mishnah Daled, and Mishnah Hey. Mishnah Daled says, Medvar Amurim Mishlo Diber. We talked about in the last Mishnah about Shutfim, about people that were partners in a field, let's say, and they have one responsibility to take up truma, right? Each of them own, as I explained, each of them own the whole thing. So they together own the whole thing. So Rabbi Kiva holds technically, if they both took off truma, they only have to take off 150. If they both each took 150th off, it's valid according to Rabbi Akiva. The Chum argue and say only if the first one gave kashir, the right amount, 150th, then only the first one is valid, the second one is not valid. So Dalit explaining she is Rabbi Akiva, Medran Amurim Mishlo Diber. It's only talking about where he didn't make a shliach, where the second shutaf, or both shutafim, didn't make a shliach. They both took off the truma themselves, so therefore both of them are valid because both of them own the entire kri. Aval hirsha as bein beito, o as avdo, shivchasa litrum, trumasa truma. But if he made a shlichus, which says hirsha, doesn't mean exactly that he made him a shliach, or he allowed one of the people in his house, or he allowed his eved kanaini, or shefa kanainis to take off truma for him. You can make a shliach. Pasuk says atem, gam atem, extra word gam, l'rabu shluchachem. A nachri can't be a shliach for truma, but apparently an eved could be a shliach for truma. So even though the shlichus normally is valid for taking off truma, but therefore when you have one owner taking off truma and the other one is just a shliach, so the shliach's truma is not as significant as the other one. Even Rabbi Kiva would admit only one truma is chal, not two trumas. Bitel, let's say you're mavatal the shlichus. Imagine taram bitel. If you're mavatal, you say I don't want the shliach to be my shliach. If you're mavatal it before he actually took off the truma, it's ain truma sa truma. The shliach's truma is not significant; it doesn't count. This is relevant even if there's no shutfim. When you make a shlichus, if you're mavatal the shlichus before the truma, hafresh truma takes place, so the bitel shlichus takes effect, and it's not hafresh truma. If he already took off hafresh truma, you can't be mavatal it retroactively. Uphold him in lehem reshus litrum. Let's say in Amaretz he hires workers to step on his grapes, let's say. And the workers here are chaverim. He wants to keep it in Tara, and Amaretz is kosher to be tamei. But chaverim, people that shomer Torah and mitzvos, they keep things in Tara. So the understanding is when he hired these workers to step on his grapes, he gave them reshus to take off trumas for them. So therefore, they are allowed to take off truma, even though he doesn't explicitly tell them he wants them to be the shliach to take off truma. Shem mitamin is a gas miyad because I'm aratzim. By the time they get there, they're going to mitamin the grapes. So therefore, the chaverim, the responsible Jews, they go take off trumas and ma'aseros before the amaretz comes there and his mitamin his grapes. So therefore, their truma counts is considered a valid shlichus. All this Mishnah talks about shlichus. We'll talk more here in our Mishnah about the significance of shlichus when truma, what exactly the shlichus mean by truma. Mishnah, hey, Omer truma sakri zeh b'socho. If you say you have a pile, let's say of wheat or something like that, and you want to take off truma and meiser and trumas meiser. Truma is 1/50th of the Kohen, meiser is 1/10 of the Levi, and trumas meiser after the Levi gets 1/10. He takes off 1/10 of that, and he gives it to the Kohen, the Levi himself. So you want to take off everything. You say Omer truma sakri zeh b'socho in the middle. I say the truma is in the middle. Masrosav mitocho. Trumas Meiser Zebesocho, and the Meiser is in the middle of the pile, and the Trumas Meiser is also in the middle. Reb Shimon Omer Kara Shem. Reb Shimon says all these hafrashas, even just by saying it, we're going to learn. Even you don't have to actually separate it. You can just declare you want to separate truma in a certain place. It's effective. Saying in the middle is not designating a place. One of the halachas of truma is it has to be shayareh nekarim. It says rachis, right? You take off rachis. The beginning, the first thing you give to the Kohen, and therefore it has to imply that there's a separation, that there's something you took off and something remaining. So if you don't specify where in the pile you take it off from, so therefore it's not shayreh and ekarim, the remnants are not recognizable. So you have to say a specific place according to the Kohen. You have to say, I'm taking Trumas and Trumas Meiser from either the north part or the south part of the pile. He says, you don't even have to specify a place. He says you don't need Shaira and Ikar. In his opinion, you don't need Shaira and Ikarim at all. Reb Shimon's opinion, the first opinion of the Mishnah held that staying in the middle is considered a place. The Chum say no, you have to specify even more. And as the Chisma holds, you don't have to say a place at all. You don't need Shaira and Ikarim. Rabbi Elazar ben Yaakov, Easter Meister is also a Trumas Meister. I love Kara Shem. Elazar ben Yaakov is more machman than everybody. He says that when it comes to Trumas Meiser, which is taking off 1/10 out of the Meiser Rishon, you can't do it in this way where nothing is taken off yet, and you want to designate Trumas Meiser in Meiser Rishon that wasn't taken off yet. First, you have to take off the Meiser Rishon, and then you can be Kar Hashem on the Trumas Meiser. Because you don't take the Meiser Rishon first, so therefore it doesn't enable you as on a chiyuv of Trumas Meiser yet. That would be the conclusion of today's share. Stay tuned for Ina Mishnah. We'll discuss more about Shlichus when it comes to Trumas. See you there. Bye.